I got an email here. I normally say, don't send me War and Peace. It's a little too long, right? But we'll make an exception. Try to condense it if you want me to read it on the air. This is from Ben. He says, over the past few days, I've heard and read that jersey sales already done will pay the salaries of Bryce-Harper for 7 years and Aaron Judge for 3 remaining years of his contract. I see media people making outrageous claims every day, but this one seems more outlandish than most. It's nothing new to hear and see the media and others refer to gross revenue as profits in every business. My question is this: aren't all profits from the sale of team merchandise shared equally by 30 teams? I understood that to be true years ago. Did somebody change that? No, I think that's the way MLB works. I think I know that players get checks in spring training for a boatload of money.
One of them, it's for their likenesses. So the players' union divvies up. I think the uniform sales is split between the players' union and then.
Right. So for Bryce-Harper to sign that outrageous contract, it's not getting paid off by necessarily. It doesn't. They don't get the revenue here and move it over here and pay the salary.
No, and you know. Do you know how many jerseys you'd have to sell to pay Bryce-Harper?
It's a lot of jerseys.
It's a whole lot of jerseys.
Lindor gets a lot of jerseys sold, too, nationally.
Yeah. What's not,
He's the guy they got to promote. Baseball, MLB has to promote him.
Yeah, and they, I'm sure they will. Baseball's broke. I mean, there are 5 teams that can outspend their mistakes.
Right.
And, if the commissioner really wanted a challenge, that's what he should have tackled.
Yeah, well, when he was here, Rob-Manfred was here, I don't know that anybody pressed him on they asked him about the DH and about robot umpires and stuff like that. What they didn't ask is how can a team like Cleveland compete with teams like New York?
Yeah, and I guess I get it. Not, the All-Star game isn't necessarily the forum to force that issue, but
no, there's no better one.
Well, yeah, I know. You're celebrating baseball, and this is not something to celebrate. Their system is archaic. It's broke, and he needs to find a way to fix it. If you want to go down as this great, commissioner of a sport,
right?
Find a way to make the teams equally share the revenue.
Sure. Don't even tell me that putting a runner on second base at the beginning of extra innings is the way to solve the game.
When the pitch clock,
four balls run on an intentional pass.
I mean, a perfect example is teams develop players, they grow and become superstars, and then go where you can't afford them.
You can't afford to keep them.
You can't. Not everybody is playing on an equal playing field.
And you even have heard for years that the Indians had control of Lindor for several years. Well, that several years is almost up.
Yeah,
and come on, you can't expect the Indians to pay $400 million.
No, and again, it's not a matter of the owner being cheap. It's not a level playing field. No. There's the Indians make in the neighborhood, say it's $40 million, and I don't know the exact numbers in local TV revenue. The Yankees make several $100 million. It's that big of a discrepancy.
The Yes Network and all that.
They own it.
They own it, no question about that. 216-575-0403 is the number to call. Also, the commissioner, I mean, he's got to deal with the DH and no DH. He's got to deal with stuff on the field. But again, thinking that putting a guy on second base and starting the inning, if you wanted to start a guy anywhere, I would start him at first, but I don't want to see that anyway.
Well, I get the idea is you're going to start with a runner in scoring position, and they've used it some. One of the minor leagues did it for a little bit.
Right.
Okay, that's fine, but at the end of the day, you're still the biggest problem is the economic problem with baseball. There's 5 teams: the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Dodgers, the Mets, maybe the Cubs. And that's about it. They can outspend their mistakes,
and they'll tell you.
And the commissioner's response will be, well, look at this team, and this team from the small markets that make it. But it's always a cyclical thing for them because when they go and spend and make a mistake, they can't outspend it. And the Yankees and the Red Sox continually can outspend it.
Which Cleveland can't. You make a mistake on a big money guy.
You're in
you
trouble.
make a mistake on Swisher and Bourne, it takes you 2-3 years to recover from that, if that.
And then you got to find some way to unload that.
Yeah, which the Indians did. The Indians front office obviously has done a good job over the years. I mean,
Yes. It was a bad offseason for him, though.
it was a bad off season. They
And
still
they're-
found some young pitchers.
Right. They're entitled to, you know what I mean? They're not going to, again, they're human. They're not going to get it right all the time. They didn't get right with some of the guys they went out and got.
Well, it's not
just
over
is what
yet.
it is. No, it's not over
By any stretch of the
by a long
imagination.
shot.
And so people say, well, the Twins play the bad teams too. Okay, 162 games in the season. You're gonna play your own guys 19 times a year in your own division.
And that's why it tends to even out, and the best team tends to win
Yeah.
the division.
Absolutely. So you still have some hope?
Sure. Again, I didn't make. When I was talking to the players at the workout game, the 3 games that they're playing against Twins were big, no question about it. But there's still 80-some games left after them.
Each one counts the same.
Exactly. And, the Twins one is kind of 2 because, it's directly when the Indians win, Twins are going to lose. When the Twins win, Indians are going to lose. So it counts double. But, again, they didn't play poorly. Bullpen let them down a little bit. And if you ask Trevor Bauer, I think he expected to pitch better.